Well, hello, Bob Dendry here, and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we're building the town of Lorikeet Valley. Now, last episode we built a monstrosity of a single node sort of junction here. It just wasn't working, so we've set it up as a 3-node junction. Unfortunately, we've got one node here, and another node here. It's not going to function as smoothly as it would if it was a single node, setup that actually worked, but unfortunately, it just doesn't work. So we've switched that over, and we'll monitor how that is going throughout the episode. But that's not what this episode is about today. We have some big changes on the horizon. As you can see, we've just passed above 40,000 population, which is excellent. And we're going to make some changes that will probably reduce the population a bit, but may be able to claw back a bit of it as well. So we've had our University of Lorikeet Valley here, for quite some time. We did used to have an industrial area here, which we removed, we remediated, and we got our university in there. But the university hasn't really done a lot. It doesn't have a massive, student population. We've only got one specialty or one faculty here. So it makes sense for us to, I guess, look to expand it. Now, what the university has actually been doing over the last probably a couple of decades it is by this point, is they've actually been acquiring properties. They've acquired actually a massive patch here. So they've acquired all of these houses around here, all of these businesses, as well as all of these ones over here as well. And what they're actually proposing is a major redevelopment of this area. This would be quite controversial, I can imagine. However, the university have promised that they will, as part of their redevelopment, also redevelop some higher density housing around our metro station here at Toronto. And they will actually, give back to the community, lease those out as maybe some low income type housing, some subsidized housing to help potentially anyone displaced by the removal of all this housing. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start that redevelopment. So I'm going to start by dezoning everything. So all has been dezoned. We've actually got some that we never rezoned from when this was an industrial area. Perhaps fortuitous. Alright, and that's done. So everything is gone now. What we're also going to do is we're going to strip out all of these old dirt roads, sort of in between. So we're going to let the game run for a little bit, so those houses can start to come down. We're also going to remove these roads in here as well. What do we got there? A post office. Oh yes, we will definitely need to retain the post office. Luckily, we've got this derelict building here, which we can absolutely demolish and place a new post office in. So I'm not seeing much demolishing happening here, so what we might do is move it to try and sort of remove these at scale. So once again, we're going to have huge population drops here. This will cause issues for our city. So we're going to try and get this redevelopment done as quickly as we possibly can. Okay, so we've got this big patch of land here that we can use. Now, we've got a couple of changes we need to make this university work. This will bring traffic to the area, and we need to be able to manage that. So we do have this main green street. This road will remain. It is an important thoroughfare between sort of these two parts of our city, though I'm not sure why we've got, cargo coming through here, because I'm sure we banned that. But whatever, we'll ignore that. We also have this Briarwood Street. This will remain an important road as well. It borders our beach trail, our nature reserve. So we will upgrade that to a 2-unit road. We have lost some of our nature reserve fencing, but we will replace that as we go on. Now, another big thing we need to consider. Why are you there? Get out of here. Do you have zoning? No, I just forgot to remove you. So another big thing we need to consider here is this this road here, Lorikeet Way. Now, it is sort of overdeveloped a little bit. It's a thin 4-lane road, which we don't necessarily want. Actually, it's 3 lanes in some parts, but I think it goes to 4-lane down here. It does. And we've got another opportunity here as well that we've sort of opened up by bringing our tram to the other side of the road. So what we're going to do, we're going to plan for the future here. We are going to upgrade this road, and we're actually going to get some tram tracks down here as well. So what I'm going to do first of all, because basically what's going to happen with this development, yes, it will be going up. It will be becoming a larger 2 or 4 unit road. It will be becoming a larger 4 unit road, but we wouldn't be just upgrading that from the middle, right? We would actually be upgrading it slightly to, from our point of view, the left here, so that we don't have to resume any of the properties on this side that we've fairly recently developed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be turning off road collision, and then once we've upgraded everything, we're actually going to be shifting our road to sort of account for the work that we've done. Now, I think this road here is what we're going to be using. It's a light rail avenue, and I think it makes a lot of sense. It does allow us to have a stop here, and then once we've sort of had the stop, we can switch back to our dedicated sort of line here. In fact, we might make it a stop segment there. Now, the big problem actually comes here when we do actually have everything on either side. So, what could we potentially do here? We could potentially switch down to a shared road rather than having, you know, separated driving and trams, which I'm happy with. I don't mind that. What do we have here? Let's have a look through. So we've got this here. It's still a little bit wide. So what else do we have? We might need one that doesn't have parking, potentially. Alright, so we found the solution. We will switch down to our condensed sort of 2-unit 4-way or 4-lane road. Now, here is where it gets interesting. At the moment, our main movement remains going along here towards our station, and that sort of bore from the fact that there was a connection between when Birdsong Boulevard ran on this alignment here. There was a connection here, but there isn't one anymore. So it doesn't really make sense for us to be maintaining that sort of, you know, that sort of alignment for our main road. So we are actually going to switch things up a little bit. It will require some some resumption of properties, but I think overall, I think it's pretty decent. So what I'm actually going to do is we're going to run a connection through there. We will turn off or turn on collisions for this part. And we're going to sort of downgrade these roads back to our regular 2-unit roads as well. Because it's not required anymore, and it does just abruptly end there as well. As for our tram roads, they will continue along this alignment here. Until we get to here. Here things change. And the reason for that is we want to sort of keep our trams off Birdsong Boulevard, and we've got an opportunity to cross the road separately over here anyway. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit of shiftifying. We're going to take Birdsong Boulevard a little bit further away from our train station, as everyone struggles to get back to the bus stop. So what we're going to do, we're going to run a separate sort of set of tracks, I should say, over here, and we'll actually have a separate tram station there as well. I'll work out how we connect that up in a sec. I'm going to run this section first. So we're running that section there, and from here I think we might take a probably fairly parallel sort of route between here and here. So we'll get out our network multi-tool and create a parallel track between these sections here, like so. And then from there we'll curve down and join up with our existing light rail connection. This is going to be a little bit of a grade actually, so hopefully it doesn't look too silly. It's okay. I'll leave it at that. 13% grade is quite dramatic, but I think it'll be okay. Perfect. That is actually connected up, isn't it? Yeah, cool. Alright, so how are we going to make this connection? I think we might do sort of a fairly direct connection across here. It will require us to remove some homes, which is unfortunate, but I think it makes sense for that connection to run like that. We might also see if we can get a pedestrian crossing in here as well, so people can cross across to the old train station there. This also gives us the opportunity to reduce some of our bus services as well, because we don't need sort of as many bus services running this corridor here because it will be serviced by a tram, but we'll worry about that down the line. So now that that's all set up, we do still have buses running alongside our tram line. That is good. And now we're going to get started on building our university itself. So I want to try and get at least 2 more school buildings down. So let's have a look and see what we've got available here in our liberal arts college. So we've built the School of Education. That's actually all we have unlocked in terms of our schools right now. So we need to... Let's have a look. So what do we need? We need a prestigious university to unlock most of our other stuff. Am I right in saying that? Renowned and prestigious. So what do we need to get that? So we need more students and we need a more attractive campus. Fair enough. So that's actually good. That gives us a good opportunity. We can place down some more dorms. Obviously, we've only got 3 over here, so it's a fairly small number. And where could we place some dorms down? And we can probably get a little sort of patch of dorms over here, I think. We also need to expand the campus area as well. Making sure not to take any of our nature reserve area because they're not sort of compatible uses, you know. Okay. Alright, so once autosave finishes, we'll start to get placing. We might place them on a little bit of an angle and create some visual interest, I guess. And we can probably get maybe 4 in this sort of space. Just looking at how much space we've got left. Oops. Where have we gone? Okay. Could we get one in here? I wonder. I reckon we could... No, we can't, but we can fix that. You can just move these over a little bit. Get you rotated. And then we should be able to get everything to the right height. Well, that's not what I meant to do. And to drag again. So we go terrain height. How do things look? Yeah, pretty decent. So we might go with that. And we just need to shift you across just a little bit. And then we can place a path there to join everything together. Let's get our guidelines off. And then we'll lay this path down here. Perfect. So we have some more students that can start to move in. So hopefully that will start, you know, growing the prestige of our city. We can also get some other sort of buildings down that we actually missed out on our existing build. And I don't know why we didn't get a cafeteria down, because we do actually still have plenty of room over here. So I might actually get one down in our original campus area. We can probably just plop it along the road here. I think that makes perfect sense. We can also get a gymnasium in that will help our students, you know, to keep fit and, I don't know, anything else like that. One thing I do want to do is I do want to have a... one thing I want to do is I want to try and maybe discourage sort of at-grade movement between our dorms over here and the rest of our university. It makes sense that you would have a path for student safety. So I might actually pull this path back a little bit, and we will instead build a bridge. Let's get our guidelines back on, and we'll go up to 6 meters. That should be able to sort it all out. And we will then connect back to... Oh, that's a road. Oh, silly me. But that's alright, we'll connect to our road over there, potentially. Maybe. No, we might need to build another little length of path going this way. Cool. So hopefully, yeah, that'll help keep our students safe. And of course, we do have a connection to the road if they want to, you know, be walking down to the shops over here, or, you know, anywhere that isn't the university itself. Okay, and while we're getting more students in and waiting for the next academic year to finish, we might get down some of the housing that the university has promised to build, sort of over here, right by our train station. And we want to go sort of as big as we can, and we might actually go with some sustainable housing as well. And we might call this beach residences, because it's near the beach trail, which we never renamed. So let's hop over to... So we're going to go with high density eco. So we've got some of these with, you know, like turf roofs, but we want to go higher than that. We want more towards this sort of thing, I think. Yeah, look, we want this sort of stuff, I think. Maybe a few of these. Alright, so what I want to do here, we're going to build a bit of a sort of road across here, maybe. Let's see how that works. We're also going to go with sort of limited parking as well. We might go across here and then back over here maybe. And then let's see how things are looking. So we can actually fit quite a few over here. To keep things interesting, I wonder if we can shift these a little bit off axis. No! Okay, let's make all of these historical. Oh, okay, so that's actually a lower one. Maybe we might just get rid of that and build a higher density one instead. Oh no, that doesn't work. Let's let's undo that. We might put it up against the corner here though. We might build sort of twin or two of these. Alright, and we're going to get some pedestrian connections through here. Turn off our road guidelines. Perfect, and I wonder if we can sneak in any small park assets. I don't think we can, but let's have a look and see. Everything's going to be way too big, I think. That's alright, we'll do some decorating of our own. Oh, actually, before I forget, historical. Alright, there we go. So we've got some new high-density eco-living. The university has, obviously, along with the government, has jointly funded. So that should also allow our population to boost a fair bit as well. And now that this is all built, we can now put in a new tram line to sort of support this development as well. So we might run this one from our zoo here. I don't think we'll go all the way over to Lafayette Hills. There probably isn't that much value in going that far. So it's good we got our reversible tram stop here, I guess. So we'll start over here. That's interesting. Okay. Not sure what the go was there. So we'll start over here, create a new line. Probably from this side here, I guess. We will stop at our station here. By our cemetery. And then once we're sort of past this patch and we're on to our sort of dedicated tram tracks, we'll sort of make our lines fairly close, or our stops fairly close together, probably once every 1.5 blocks or so. And done. Might add another stop actually, probably about here or so. Alright, that line is completed. And we'll just add that stop in there as well. Perfect. Yay! We made it, we're renowned. So we've unlocked some new assets. We've got a new library, art club, academic statue. We've got a new school building, which is what we really wanted. And we've also got a commencement office as well. For obviously your graduation ceremonies and things like that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That is good to see. And we're going to pretty much jump straight in and start placing assets, because I've been waiting a while. Alright, so we've got our School of Environmental Science. Could we fit it sort of in this area here? We could, but it would need some wrangling of the terrain, so we might not. So we might see if we can instead pop it over here. So we'll need to move our fountain. I'll just pop that over there. And let's see. We can get that in there. Nice. And we just need to lay down a path for it as well. Perfect. But the wrong path. We wanted our liberal arts. Cool. A little bit of yuckiness over here, but we'll fix that. And our commencement office, where can we fit that in? Wonder if we could maybe put it at the front here, and turn off prop and trianarchy as well. Yeah, I think that's still fairly good. We might slightly fix how that's sitting though. It's a little bit flatter. But I think that's pretty cool. You can see it as you come in. And there it is. That's where your valedictorian speeches and whatever other stuff happens. I'll move our fountain back over here as well. Okay, cool. So I'm glad we got those upgrades done. Obviously, we've still got another level to go after this, but we're not going to wait around for that because it'll probably take some time. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you get a ding to your device the next time I post a video. You can find links to all my social media in the description. But until next time, I'm Bob Dendry. This is Cities Skylines. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.